if I had to choose between what would my favorite procedure be between penciling, inking, and coloring, and all the other things, I would have to say that the end product, in my mind, is a determination. And the only other thing I would add is that making a living is important. I'm not going to put that down in any way. And of course, we all got into our whatever we got into because we were coming out, in my time, we were coming out of the Great Depression. Our parents could not afford to give us 10 cents to go to a movie even. And you wanted to become independent and be able to, buy a cup of coffee without going to your father. So getting work that paid was very important. But more important was to be inventive, creative. Some people were very satisfied in becoming the best inkers around or the best letterers. I mean, there was a letterer who was the highest paid letterer in the business of Japanese ancestry. I should remember his name because he was so famous, but every comic book house fought over this guy because there was something about his hand lettering, even though most people would not consciously know how to judge between one letter or another letter, or it's just words. His lettering, it just flowed so beautifully. It carried your eye forward. It's something. I mean, that's what art is. It's indescribable, but it affects you emotionally, and you don't know why. And so a lot of people became specialists. What my interest always was to be able to do the total job. And at first, all my work involved writing the script, lettering it, penciling it, and inking it. And then I didn't have to blame it on anybody else. And also the payment in the comic book industry, it's always been the payment is broken down according to each one of these categories. The script writer got so much per page. The letterer got so much everything was by the page. Pencilers were paid by the page, inkers paid by the page, and so on. Some got paid more, some got paid less, depending on the skill and the fame or whatever. But and so that was a good reason why I penciling and inking my own stuff is I got 3 checks, so that didn't hurt. But also, there's the control because not too long ago, a collector of the Timely Comics work that was of that time. He's a dentist today, but he's a big Timely Comics collector. He sent me an album full of my work. Copies in black and white, and some in color. And as I was going through it, I thought, and I think this will give an example of how you how you can enjoy the way you make your livelihood is by injecting excitement into your work. And I came across a story, and this was the Squat Car Squad, the two bumbling policemen. And it was Sarge and Rook, a rookie and the sergeant. And the sergeant, something comes on the radio, go to 10th Street and 6th Avenue or something, crime in progress. And Sarge says, and Rook says, we got to get going. And Sarge says, no, we're not going. I'm on strike. Every time we go to these places, we get beat up. People pour hot water on us and throw things at us. Why should we go through all of this? And so I broke the fourth wall. And the panel is folded over, and it's a caricature of me, and says, you guys will go and get to work and do your job, or none of us eat today. Something like that. And so they did. And somewhere towards the end, I have the same thing happening with Stan Lee pushing the fourth wall over and bawling us out for having a very namby-pamby story, or whatever, he had some kind of criticism. And I was just amazed that I had done this when I was, 20 years old or so. And I'm not telling you this to brag about my genius. No, I'm telling you this because there's always an opportunity to bring your own personality and get satisfaction from your work by being inventive and adding creative touches that somebody else might not have thought of. And sometimes you get away with it and sometimes you don't.